Hello everyone, you're on to Healthy Options with Maureen. Today we'll be making some unripe plantain porridge. Unripe plantains are loaded with iron, which means it's a very good blood booster. One good thing about this particular plantain porridge recipe is that I mix it up with ripe, also known as shakibako. Come with me as we make this. I know for sure you will like this. Please, if you do like this, don't forget to subscribe by clicking on the red button towards the end of the video. Thank you. So for our plantain porridge with ripe or shaki, we'll be starting with the shaki first. Now to boil the shaki, we'll be needing some shaki or tripe. We don't want a bunch of this. Remember, the unripe plantain is the star of the dish. We will need some onion. We will need water, of course, in which to cook our tripe in. Then we will need some very special spices. We call this the pepper soup spice. It's a blend of different types of spices that we have back home in Nigeria, and you can actually get this from the local market just the way it is. So we need some pepper soup spice. We need some paprika. This is completely optional. Then we need some ozuza seeds. This is already ground, of course. This looks very much like the peppercorns, the black peppercorns. Another name for the uziza seed is the West African pepper or the Piper Guineas. And then of course we'll be needing some sea salt. This will be going in sometime later. I'll start boiling or cooking the tripe, of course the shaki, with the spices. Once it begins to tenderize, then that's when I'll add the salt. So the first thing that goes into the pot is of course the shaki. The shaki goes in. Then I'll be adding on the onions. As you can see, I cut the onions in big chunks because this will be cooking for a really long time. So I don't mind cutting the onions in big chunks because I'm sure that by the time the meat begins to tenderize, that the onions must have softened and reduced in size. Then the last but not the least are our spices. The pepper soup spice goes in, the paprika goes in, then the uziza seed, they all go in at once. And finally, we'll be covering with the water. It takes a really long time for tripe to tenderize. So what I usually do is that I start cooking, and once it starts boiling, I'll turn down the heat. And from time to time, you have to check on it and see if it's reducing, the fluid in it is reducing. Then if it is, then you have to keep topping it with water till it's completely cooked to your desired texture. So right now, I'll be placing this on heat and I'll be checking on it with time. I will come back and show you the other ingredients we need to prepare our plantain porridge. So as you can see, it's beginning to boil. I'm going to turn down the heat now so that it will start cooking gradually. So I will turn down the heat and I will cover it so that the steam can help it cook through as well. So after about an hour 30 minutes, the meat has begun to tenderize. So I'll be adding my salt onto it right now. I'll cover and I'll still let it keep cooking. It has begun to tenderize, but it hasn't reached the texture I want it to be. So I will keep cooking now that I've added the salt until it becomes completely cooked. So I'm going to cover and keep cooking. So while the shaki is cooking, we've been able to put together the ingredients we'll be needing for the plantain porridge. And for the plantain porridge, we'll be needing some unripe plantain, some dry fish, some sea salt, diced onion, some olive oil, some red bell peppers, some scotch bonnet peppers, some scent leaves, some curry powder, a little bit of garlic, and some ground crayfish. So right now I'll be showing you how we cut our unripe plantains. So I'll be showing you how we peel the unripe plantains. We cut off the two tips of the plantains and then we cut into half, just like that. Then we'll make a line across the skin of the plantain and we peel off like that. That's the easiest way to get it out. So I'm going to make a slit on the other half. And I'll continue with the second one. Cut off the two seeds, cut in half, make a slit. Try to pull the slit, or the skin rather, away from the plantains, that way. And we repeat for the second half. So I'm going to continue until I finish peeling the remaining plantains, and I'll come and show you how we cut into cubes. So as you can see, we've peeled all our unripe plantains. Now we'll be cutting them into cube form. So to cut it into the shape we are looking for, we cut into half and we cut again so that it makes a quarter cube shape, as you can see. So that's exactly what we are looking for. That's the shape we are looking for. I'm going to proceed, and once I'm done cutting, I will show you how we go into the cooking stage. So this is what it looks like by the time it's thoroughly cooked. I will turn off the heat now, and I'll come back and show you what next to do. So right now we have all our ingredients ready for the preparation of the porridge. So the next step is to start adding things onto the pot where we'll boil the shaki. That's the pot in which we boil the shaki or tripe in. So we'll be pouring into it our plantains. The plantains go in. The good thing about this porridge is that almost all the ingredients tend to go in at once. So what wastes the most time is trying to tenderize your shaki while cooking it. But once it's done, every other thing cooks very quickly. So once you have your plantains in, the next thing that will be going in will be your red onions. That goes in. Then we have the crayfish, the curry powder, and the garlic. Those go in as well. The dry fish goes in. We'll be adding on a bit of salt because we already had some salt in the shaki, so just a little bit, and we can test for seasoning later. The scotch bonnet pepper is going. Then the olive oil goes in as well. The last but not the least going in this stage is some water. So we top up some water just to barely cover the surface of the plantains. We stir to bring everything together. Then I'm going to be placing this on heat now. Remember, we have two ingredients that have not gone in yet, and that's the scent leaves and the red bell pepper. So we'll place this on heat, allow it to cook, and just at the time when your plantain is perfectly cooked, we'll be adding on the other ingredients. So as you can see, our unripe plantain porridge is totally cooked. So the next thing that will be going in at this stage are your red bell peppers. They go in, and the scent leaves, also known as the ncham, goes in. So now we'll stir. I'm not going to cook any further. Once I'm done stirring, I will just be plating, and I will show you how I usually serve this. So that's exactly how I will serve my unripe plantain porridge with the shaki. I hope you give this recipe a go and let us know what your take is on it. Please, if you've not subscribed to this channel, subscribe by clicking on the red button at the end of the video. Thank you.